Hi, everyone. I know I don't normally do videos like this, and I know my mic quality is absolutely terrible, but I felt like I just had to talk about this because I think I might actually be losing my mind. This is going to be rambly and hard to follow, but bear with me, okay? So, there's this funny little indie show. You might have heard of it. It's called The Amazing Digital Circus, and it's become one of my favorite shows recently. I could go on this big old rant about how amazing it is and how much I love it, but I love it for pretty much all the reasons you'd expect. Great characters, great emotional beats, good lore, stuff like that. And I don't know if something's just kind of changed with me in general. I mean, I've been going down this, huge Deltarune lore rabbit hole. Image_friend has been a pretty big brainworm for me. I can't see pink and yellow next to each other anymore without turning into a soy jack meme, but you know, this video isn't about Deltarune. I don't know, something different has been happening with this particular hyperfixation that I just really want to talk about today. Okay, let me back up a second. So, for context, episode 7 of Digital Circuit is releasing real soon, and obviously I'm hyped, but ever since episode 5 came out, I've known that this one is gonna be a real doozy. Grisworks saying that episode 5 is the silly before the storm was the start of this. And you know, it makes sense, the show only has 9 episodes, by the laws of story pacing things need to start ramping up. However, I kind of expected more out of episode 6 in that regard. Don't get me wrong, episode 6 is amazing, but from the teaser of that one mannequin in episode 5, I expected this to be when the story started ramping up, when some of the insane things we've come to expect about this show would rear up and hit us right in the face. Instead, episode 6 is just an emotional masterpiece that was still grounded in the rules that the show had set out for itself. It left me craving more. It was really good, maybe my favorite episode so far, but it wasn't quite what I expected, meaning that those expectations were pushed onto episode 7, meaning that I was thinking about episode 7, a lot. Like, a borderline unhealthy amount if you think about it. And this was around the time that Gooseworks started bringing up two little fun facts, two fun, silly little factoids about episode 7 that started making me just slightly afraid. Number 1, episode 7 would be very controversial and would split the fan base. And 2, episode 7 would have what Gooseworks referred to as a rose diamond moment. For those of you out there that don't know Steven Universe, you freaks, let's just say that a rose diamond moment is a plot twist that changes everything and recontextualizes a lot of the show up to that point. So, basically, this episode's gonna have something big. My expectations about episode 7 were right. Maybe even too right. So, like many people, I started theorizing. Would this episode be a flashback about Ribbit? Would someone abstract? Would Pomni and Ragatha kiss? I don't know. But the more theories I saw, and the more I thought about it, the more I started to think that none of the options seemed big enough for what was going to happen in this episode, for what's been teased. My brain was spiraling, probably trying to prepare me for whatever chicanery would occur. But it genuinely has gotten to the point where I've started having recurring, uncomfortably vivid dreams about the episode. I know I've definitely had a few of these dreams, but I can only really remember 3 specifically. God, how the fuck do you explain a dream? So, in the first Digital Circus dream I had Ragatha abstracted, which is so not a thing that I want to happen, because I love Ragatha. She's maybe my favorite character. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. There was also some other trippy stuff involving abstraction having something to do with going into the inner workings of the circus to find a way out, but that's all pretty hazy. It was weird. This is like when it started. And the second dream was even weirder, to the point that I don't even really know how to describe this one. I don't know, I dreamt that after everything we'd heard, episode 7 was just a really normal, honestly kind of boring and simple episode, which is kind of hilarious, but there were also, secrets hidden in the episode that, when dissected, revealed an entirely different story or something. I don't know, that one's hard to explain, like I said. The third dream is the one that I really want to talk about, because in this one, the members of the circus finally managed to find a way out. An exit door, if you will. Now, I'm writing this video script on the very day that the trailer for this episode released, and this King's shot is almost one-to-one with that third dream I had. Like, some parts of the trailer genuinely gave me deja vu because of dreams. Like what the fuck is going on? Am I actually predicting how the show is going to play out in my sleep? It would be one thing if it was just the mention of the way out of the circus, but this shot genuinely looks exactly like what I saw. The stupid, pink, emotional damage, Sonic Schoolhouse-looking clown show is making me lose my mind, and I'm actually starting to get scared of what this episode is capable of, and... Sorry, I just really need to get that off my chest. Before I go, I actually do have a quick theory regarding this trailer. That's right, this is a theory video now, I bet you didn't expect that. God, this video is poorly paced. I think I have an idea of who the voice at the end really is. You know, the one that's all like, I think I found the way to leave. I believe that that voice is Kofmo. Let me explain. In the first episode, King has said that Kofmo
was rambling endlessly about some exit.
What if this voice clip is from that conversation? Because this, dear viewers, is when I'm really gonna don my tinfoil hat, because I believe that Kane forced Kofmo into abstracting somehow, because he doesn't want anyone to leave the circus. Maybe when people start getting too close to the answer, Kane starts manipulating minds and abusing his power to stop them before they can tell anyone else. We saw how quick he was to get Pomni out of the void. Well, he had absolutely no urgency when the others were being endangered by the abstracted Kofmo. Maybe the void has been the way out all along. But you know, that's only a theory. One could even call it a digital circus theory if they were so inclined. See, it's funny because I just talked about a theory and I'm referencing MatPat in a humorous way. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my insane ramblings that were
made with all the love I'm legally allowed to give.
Sorry, I blacked out for a second there. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I also hope that you go check out my game demo on Steam. It's in the description and stuff, because like, barely anyone is engaging with it, and I've been working really hard, and it's very fun and silly. And honestly, I need a sanity boost after this, let's be honest. Okay, thanks. Bye.
You guys like my bubble impression? You should throw a beach party. Okay, this is sounding good.